The pallbearers lifted the grandmother's coffin and prepared to take it to the cemetery, but they accidentally triggered a chain reaction. After they left, a petal fell, knocking over a photo frame. The frame hit a plate, which knocked over a vase. The vase rolled, sending a piece of wood flying out the door. The wood struck a slipper, which sent an apple rolling to the side. The apple was then knocked out of the door by another cane. Next, the teapot fell over, spilling water. Startled, a mouse jumped onto the broom, which knocked over a ladder. The ladder crashed into a large stone, sending it rolling down the hill. At that moment, the two were about to load the coffin into the car. The rolling stone instantly flattened the car. Helpless, they had no choice but to carry the coffin to the cemetery. Supporting each other, they climbed over a hill and came to a forest full of sharp thorns. They carefully adjusted the coffin's direction and made their way through, avoiding the thorns. Suddenly, a hunter mistook them for elk and fired 3 shots. Startled, they took off running. During their escape, the brother's hat got caught on a branch. They stood on the coffin to retrieve the hat but slipped, accidentally kicking the coffin down the hill. Fortunately, a stone blocked the sliding coffin, but when they opened it, they found their grandmother was gone, only to discover she was hanging from a nearby tree. So, they carried the coffin to the roadside, trying to hitch a ride, but were refused. The younger brother suggested, lay the body in the road and make it look like an accident. This, however, attracted a vulture. They threw rocks to scare it away but accidentally hit their grandmother. At that moment, another car came by and agreed to let them ride, but the driver was terrible, and a sudden brake sent the coffin flying into a deep construction pit by the roadside. The younger brother wanted to bury her there, but the elder brother refused. They continued their journey, speeding toward their destination. They accidentally fell off a cliff, only to be caught by a branch. When they opened their eyes, they found themselves next to their goal. However, the giant stone struck them once more. When they woke up, they realized they were buried in the ground. At that moment, their grandmother suddenly opened her eyes. A flock of white doves flew out and transformed into a Grim Reaper, who was about to take their souls. The two were furious, as the Grim Reaper had stolen their job. So, they decided to fight back. The younger brother stepped on the coffin to avoid the attack and jumped onto the lid. They desperately paddled, pushing the coffin back up before it fell. Soon, they successfully delivered their grandmother to her destination, covering her with the broken coffin lid and completing their task.